All right, ladies and gentlemen, here I am back again in part three, talking about how insane a person is when they're constantly doing the same things, repeating the same things, having the same outcome, and it's not what they're trying to do. Yet they can't change their way. Well, we're trying to talk about changing the way today. And so, having left that career objective and watched what we've gone through with George Floyd, watching all the lies and everything, I think I'd like to start off by saying this, ladies and gentlemen. We are a really messed up nation. I listen to us, you know, the sources that are available. I check them out. We are really messed up. And we all got some kindness in us. We really do. But we so messed up. All of the stuff, when you put it together, it could be, if you take it out separate by itself, it might be beautiful. But when you put it together, it's like slop. It's like the garbage dump, where all it turns into trash because none of it goes together. None of it goes together. And so, what I would like to say today in trying to break this process of doing things the way I've always done. First of all, I want to say to all of the young ladies that I used to date when I was a teenager, a young man, and all of you who probably wanted to get married to me, I know you're glad that you didn't. I am very glad that you didn't. And I'm very grateful and hope that you had a wonderful life as best you possibly could in the life that you've chosen. I want to admit that it's not that much fun going to bed at night knowing that your day has really have accomplished nothing but out here talking to people who don't want to hear a thing you got to say. And people are disgusted with you. You really don't have anything for excitement but maybe a little karaoke trying to pretend like you can entertain yourself. And then you maybe eat a meal here and there just to feed the many complications that you might have from old age. That's me I'm talking about. Going to bed back and forth at night. Really nobody to squeeze and hold tight, because you can imagine that after all of these years of what my wife and I, we still care about each other, no doubt about that, but we ain't hooking up. We ain't doing that. I'm sure she's young enough to still want to. And I'm old, but I'm still young enough to want to. But anyway, anyway, that's not happening. But and this is another thing. I told you that. You didn't know that. That wasn't your business. But I'm one of you. And what I just got through sharing with you, I know that more people than not are going through the same darn things. So, this is the way I'm going to see it, ladies and gentlemen. Since I see all of the conversations, I'm going to say this. I have made my decision that the message that I was given is proper. That these trees that I'm looking at, this grass, this ground that I'm standing on, this cement block that I'm standing on, this bench that's here, the grass, this water towels, telephone towels, all of these things are a result of a power that we cannot see. I call it God. Yes, some of these things are put here by the power of God and God alone. Some of these things are put here by God and God using God's creation to do additional creation that is responsible for some of the things that are here. And there's a way that would produce peace and prosperity and freedom and joy of life and fulfill dreams, to the extent that whatever you need as a person, whatever you want, whatever you desire can be met. You never have to worry about those things that are essential for survival. This includes, but not limited to, food, clothing, shelter, education, health care, transportation, infrastructure, and anything that your mind can imagine that you, the people, have the instrumentality to cause the manifestation thereof. And by you, each of you, having a gift that gives you an opportunity to choose a career that gives you your greatest joy, which makes all of the things that you do worthwhile, and everything else is just cream on the top. Which, by employing that, ladies and gentlemen, it makes the human race owners of all that is created at the hands of man. And that is for them to access as they desire. And you do all of this without lying, without cheating, without stealing, without hatred, without racism, without bigotry, without terror, without war. And to me, that's defined clear enough. Now, I can't make that happen. That has already been designed for people who wanted it to have it. But the people have to want it in order to get it. And today, as far as I know I want it because I'm out here taking care of business. I've heard other people talk about it. I've heard programs like Zygas. I've heard programs like the Venus Project. I've heard of other programs where they've talked about stuff like this. I don't know, specifically what actions they have taken outside of what I have read or seen. And I'm sure they don't know what I have done except what they have read or seen or not. So it appears that a lot of this activity is taking place out here, but it's not connected together in such a degree that it can cause a true manifestation. So what I'm going to do that I haven't been doing is that I'm asking anybody who views this post to make a comment. Whether you like it or not, make a comment and pass it along. This is the way I'm asking the nation to sign up for what I just got through explaining to you. Walking these streets, there's nothing new I can say. And making these videos and CDs and books, there's nothing new I can say. I'm just walking around here getting old repeating myself. But I didn't mind doing it because there's nothing else for me to do. If you don't want to change and live in heaven, I'm not satisfied. I have no desire to come out here and live in this world the way it's going on, with people lying everywhere you turn, with people that odds with each other. Hey, to me, baby, that's pure D hell. I don't need fire burning me. I don't need pitchforks sticking me. Listening to people lying and affecting the lives, my lives and other people's lives in such a way that they're suffering. It's the same thing you getting a pitchfork. It's the same thing somebody stacking a match and throwing gasoline on you. You can't get no bigger devil than that. So I don't want to have nothing to do with that. So I'm asking you, if you don't want to have anything to do with this crap that's going on in the world, then say something. Say something. Join this campaign. And let's do something about it. Let's do something that I haven't been able to do by myself. Let us do something together. And I say together because I'm through. I'm like Jesus Christ now. I can't do no more. I've done all I can do. You either want it or you don't. You want it, you'll show it. You don't want it, you're going to burn. And that ain't my fault. It ain't Jesus' fault. It ain't God's fault. It's your choice. Telling it just like it is. Thank you for listening. And please, be true. Don't play any games. Bye-bye.